Hi, welcome back to Pause Uni's For Students by Students podcast. This is a podcast where we have student-led conversations about mental health in university. This week, we're talking about money management with Priya and Samira. So listen up, because I really believe you're about to get something. Thanks.
Hi, I am Priya.
Hi, I'm Samira.
Welcome to today's podcast about money management. So, for many students who are coming to university, this is their first experience of living away from home, and they could be domestic students or international. And this is a very exciting time, which comes with many new responsibilities. Obviously, that includes how you need to manage your own finances. So, Samira, you were a student here at UOB and you've been here for a few years?
Yes, I am in my third year right now.
Brilliant. And have you ever heard of the term budgeting?
Yes, by force, yeah, I have heard of it.
Do you use it?
Yeah.
How do you go about your finances?
So I treat my allowance as a salary. So I use a budgeting rule known as the 50-30-20 rule, and it's basically where 50% of your money is for needs, 30% is for wants, and then 20% is a savings.
Amazing. Have you been successful with your money so far?
Yes, actually, I have. It has helped me keep savings, so an emergency savings for when I really need it.
Oh wow, that's amazing work there, Samira. But I'll be honest, not everyone is so systematic
Yeah.
as you are. So for budgeting, I think it's a very easy equation. Keep a track of the money coming in and keep a track of the money going out. By money coming in, I mean things like if you have maintenance loans, if you have a side hustle or a job or a part-time job, bursaries, scholarships, awards, grants, money from your parents, family, any savings or investments that you have. So many people will not have a few of these and many people might have all of these, but just to keep an account of the money that is coming in every month, and of course the money going out, which definitely means food and drink, bills, gas, electricity, water, your phone, Wi-Fi, things like that, gym membership, of course, accommodation fees, your rent, insurance for your phone, your laptop, things like that, travel costs, which is so important. And if you're driving, then of course, vehicle maintenance, insurance, and all of that. And miscellaneous expenses like birthdays, parties, social dues. Last but not the least, emergencies. Like you said, Samira, you have an emergency pot.
Yes, I do.
Very well done. And you have managed so far, it seems.
Yeah, I've used it. Sometimes when you're in a tight spot, like a little £200 can make such a big difference for a month. I know I had a situation where I didn't have this saving and I had to stretch £10 for the whole month.
Wow,
Yeah.
that is difficult. That is
Yes.
so difficult. But well done.
Yeah.
Do you have any tips on how, what is it that you spend the most every month?
Well,
You can be honest.
Food, I won't lie. I do a lot of food or makeup. The shops really, they gain a lot from me. But what I have done is I really sat down and I got to know what my weaknesses were
Yeah.
when it came to frivolous spending.
Of course.
So as I know my weakness, I use my wants, my 30%.
Yeah.
And I use those as my weakness, and then based on what I spend on, I add it to the one. So I know I'm gonna be spending on, let's say, delivery or Uber Eats.
Yeah.
I will add it to the budget as well.
Well
Just
done.
yeah.
Oh, that sounds amazing. You have been on top of it for a while. On the topic of food, a very important tip I want to share with everyone is that if you stop buying lunch or coffee or hot drink every day, which many of students do, You're going to save a lot of money if you start cooking at home, make them simple, they are healthier for you. And if you carry your hot drink in a flask before leaving home, you will be amazed at the amount of money you tend to save in a week. Try it for a week and see, forget the month. And hopefully that will be like a motivation for you to, of course, you deserve your treats. Of course, you eat out. Of course, you socialize. But if you are not cooking at home on a daily basis or like on a weekly basis, then that's going to cut a big hole in your pocket.
Yes.
So, do you cook?
Yes, I am a great cook.
Wow, we found the right person here to give all our tips. Okay, so now that you've disclosed that you're a good cook, can we have a couple of very easy recipes that you do often?
Okay, so I am vegetarian, so one of my main dishes is just rice and beans.
Mm-hmm.
It's really easy to stretch during those hard times of the
Mm-hmm.
month. It's just rice, canned beans, canned coconut milk, and season as you like. So black pepper, salt, you can add paprika or whatever
Mm-hmm.
you'd like into it and just boil it until it's all cooked.
Together.
Yeah,
Boil all of it together
pretty much
on the
it.
hob.
Yep.
Wow, that sounds amazing. And coconut milk makes anything tasty, I think.
Yes, of course it does.
So, yeah, right. You have, that's a good main meal, isn't it? It's got the protein, it's got the carbohydrates,
Yeah.
it's cheap.
You could always add some more protein in it. So sometimes you can throw in some tofu
Mm-hmm.
or you can throw in some chicken in it. It goes really good
Yeah.
with chicken.
So it doesn't always have to be the vegetarian
Of course.
option here.
Yeah.
They can use fish, chicken, meat, whatever,
Of course.
and the beans, which will
Yeah.
add extra layer of flavors.
Of course.
Beautiful. That sounds good. Another very easy rice. Again, I'm kind of stretching on rice because it's very filling. It's very staple for most cultures.
Yeah. And
Y-
cheap.
yeah, yeah, and it's filling. Most importantly, you can do like a one pot dish with meat, vegetables, rice. Put in your seasoning. Put everything together in a microwave. Microwave it for 20 minutes. Cover it up, and you're good to go. So yeah, and if you are fond of other world cuisines, you can put in sauces. So it's completely up to you.
Yeah.
Eggs are really cheap. They're full of protein, so that's another easy, quick meal
Yes.
for anyone. Right. As we are sticking to food right now, do you ever avail the reduce to clear or the yellow stickers in the markets or the superstores when at the end of the
Sometimes.
day?
Yeah, it depends on what I really want. I don't go for
Mm,
it because I go for it when that's what I want that day,
yeah,
and it's very useful
it
because
is.
yeah, it's gonna go to waste anyway,
Yes,
so it's
and most
great to
of the
take it.
food is quite uh, edible and fresh at
Yeah,
that
it
point of
is.
time.
It's usually in day. It's not like out of day or
Mm-hmm.
anything, but it's based on what I crave that day. So if I
Yeah,
see it in the reduced section, I'll
yeah.
just go yippee and
Yeah,
grab
that's great.
it.
And also, if you have a shopping list and you find something else outside your list, you can always bring it home and freeze it if
Yes.
it's freezable,
Yeah.
and then use it later on. You should never let a bargain go by, I think. The yellow stickers are really good and they do send you a lot of money. Right. Have you used any money saving websites? Do you know of any?
Hmm. By money saving, do you mean like student
Like,
beans
yes,
and uni
absolutely.
days?
Uni
Oh yeah.
days, student beans.
Yeah, I use it all the time because, as I said, my weakness is makeup, so I'm always
Mm,
at Superdrug. But they've also got a uni days discount for students.
brilliant.
I think it's like 10 or
Yeah,
15%,
yeah.
and you can also get a discount with their Superdrug card. So that's how I've kind of used it to manage what is my kryptonite, basically.
Oh, very good. Because there are, like you mentioned, money saving websites like Unidays. There's something called Save the Students. I've heard about it. And then there's Student Beams as well. And usually, most stores give like student discounts.
Yeah,
And if you add all that up, that comes to like a pretty neat saving.
yeah.
Sometimes I think people forget to ask whether they have student
Oh
discount.
yeah.
It's always good to ask. You
Of
might,
course.
yeah,
And it's
remind
not
us.
just physical stores as well, online,
It's
even on
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
Uni Days app.
absolutely, absolutely.
They give offers for gym memberships,
Yeah.
gym clothes,
Mm-hmm.
electronics, different things, and it's a wide range as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And also, I think when you have the student discounts, you use it, you remember to use it. That's the first hurdle I think people forget to ask.
Yeah.
Some stores tell you they don't, which is fine.
Put
But it's
it in
always
your
good to
wallet.
ask.
Put it in your if you've got a newer Samsung or a newer iPhone, you can put
Mm-hmm.
it on your wallet.
Okay, so it just goes in anyway.
Yeah, so when you double click the off button, when
Yeah.
your card comes up, you
Mm-hmm.
can have it in like the list.
Ah,
So
that's
when you
such
see
a
it, you'd remember.
well, that's such a helpful tip. Hope the listeners are listening to that
Yeah.
and not forgetting to ask for student discount.
Obviously, if you don't have that kind of device, you can
Mm-hmm.
also just put it as a wallpaper.
Okay. Have you heard about Groupons? Have you ever used them?
I have heard about them, but I've never used one.
Yeah, that saves a lot of money as well. That's what I've heard. If you have a big group of students, friends who want to go to an event or they want to buy something, they can obviously avail the Groupon option and then you get the same service or the same product in much lesser price. And then there are discount codes. That's a big hit, I think, among students. Discount codes. They go to the websites, they go to Google, they search up, they use the code. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they expire, I guess.
Yeah.
But I've seen a lot of students share these codes among each other, which is a very helpful thing to do.
Of course.
If you have any codes, listeners, if you're listening to me, please share. Share with your friends so that everyone gets the opportunity to save a little bit of money. Right. What about bank accounts? Not asking for your bank details, Samira. Don't
Or
worry.
do you want to send me money?
Oh, wow. Good one there. So, for the bank accounts, I've heard that some banks give incentives to students if they open an account with them.
Yes.
For example, I know of a student who got like a free rail card
Yes.
pass for the whole year or something like that.
Yes,
So
there's something about
yeah,
that.
so I don't know if many people know that.
A lot of people actually don't.
Mm-hmm.
They go ahead and open like normal current accounts, but a
Yeah.
student account can help as well.
Mm-hmm.
Some banks actually give you a bonus for signing up, so you get free money for
Absolutely.
getting a student account with them.
Uh-huh.
And some of them will give you like coupons, some of them will give you like a bit of vouchers to use in stores. I
Yeah.
know Monzo gives one to use in Greg's.
Yeah.
So it's really different. Yeah.
Yeah, amazing.
So good chance. There's a good opportunity.
And I'm glad that you're up to date with everything there. You're doing what every student should be doing. Good. What about buying groceries in bulk? Have you ever thought of that? I know we did mention the yellow stickers and reduce to clear items, but I know of students who live together in a shared apartment, maybe 8 of them, or 6 of them, or 10 of them.
Yeah.
They do their groceries in bulk because it's cheaper and they pay just one delivery slot. So you're
Yeah.
saving money on delivery, you're saving money in bulk buying, and then they just distribute it among themselves. That makes a lot of sense, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
it definitely it saves time as well because if anybody knows doing your shop, you go all the way to Aldi, all
Yeah.
the way to Asda, and you have to haul all
Carry
your
it
things
on.
back home.
Mhm.
So yeah, I do use currently I use Amazon because it's just
Very
quick.
good.
Like it's just simple, but there are different delivery apps that offer groceries, and it's better, like cheaper, and you get the motivation to actually do the shop.
Yeah.
So you're not empty on food at any point in
Absolutely.
time.
And Costco is a very good place for getting bulk,
Yeah.
bulk products. So if everyone chips into a Costco membership, it's about living with the same group of people for 2, 3 years. If you're doing like a full-on degree,
Yeah.
then you know that you have these people living with you, and you can share expenses of groceries, about delivery, about cooking more at home might be motivating you to cook more at home
Yeah.
if you have those groceries. So all in all, it's like a good money saving hack, I think.
Yeah.
Right.
And it does bring you closer together as friends.
Yeah,
So,
yes, absolutely.
yeah.
You encourage friendships, you can cook together, enjoy dinner times, lunch times together. Uh, Definitely, I think it's a win-win from all sides.
Yeah.
Are you doing any part-time jobs? I know a lot of students do side hustles like part-time jobs or
Yeah.
like online surveys
Yes.
and tutoring, mentoring, things like that.
Currently, I'm not
Okay.
trying to focus on my last year in uni,
Mhm.
but I had done it before.
Yeah.
I did a summer
Okay.
doing placement. I did a summer like helping out with welcome week arrangements.
Yes.
So yeah, part-time jobs are really helpful,
Yeah.
especially with getting a little bit more cash.
Yeah.
If you get like an allowance or like a set fund,
Mhm.
part-time jobs can take off some steam from
Of
you.
course.
Yeah.
Of course.
And the uni actually gives part-time jobs as well.
I have seen a lot
Yeah,
of
so
students
does
doing
the
that.
Guild of Students.
Yeah.
So they're really helpful when
Mhm.
it comes to jobs, and then the uni also pays on the higher end.
Wow.
You should apply.
Well done, UOB.
Yeah, you get like at least, I think you get a lot, around 12 to 14 pounds
Per hour.
per hour, which is on the
Sounds
higher
good.
end of minimum wage. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Right. And like we were mentioning when we just started the podcast, that calculate your money in and money out
Yeah.
and make sure that your income is either more or equal to your expenses so that you're not at a deficit. And we don't want debts and we don't want, financial struggles.
Yeah.
Part-time job would be a really great way to fulfill that deficit, if you know what I
Yeah.
mean. So just fill that up, fill that gap up if
And
you
yeah,
are
and it's
spending
not,
more.
yeah, it's not too crazy. Right now, it's a bit too crazy to get a part-time job
Yes.
outside.
Mhm.
Even in uni, it's quite competitive.
Of course, I can
So
imagine that.
I would suggest like going to independent stores with like CVs,
Yeah.
just like a bulk CV, and just
Mhm.
drop it off at the counter
Mhm.
and let them know that and ask them if they're looking for
Yeah.
any workers. You would be surprised how
Mhm.
many would actually call you
Apply.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that's a
Right,
good.
that sounds good. I've seen a lot of university students who work in restaurants or
Yeah.
pubs or hotels. But it might not be possible for everyone to physically go and work. They can do a lot of like online work, so remote work in their free time if they can spare some free time. So there are online surveys.
Yeah.
There's tutoring younger students, like interview prepping and mentoring. Again, going through the right channel is very important. Don't fall for scammers. Don't give out your personal details and bank details to anyone that you don't trust.
Yeah.
But there are opportunities to earn a little extra cash on the side
Yeah.
without really, getting in the way of your academics.
Of course. And you can use your academics as well. I know,
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of the name of the site at the top of my head, but there was a site I used in second year where you could sell your notes, your
Oh.
university notes, and you could get money
Oh, that's
off of
good.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, all right. I'm sure listeners would know or they would be happy to look it up,
Yeah.
where you can sell your hard earned, well written notes and get money for that. Yeah,
Yeah.
if your job is done, then yeah, spread the good word, notes in this case. All right. So, have you ever heard of like apps, names like Olio or Too Good to Go? A lot of people download the app. So what really happens is at the end of the day, when a store or bakery or a food chain is closing, they want to give off their unsold uh, food in much lesser price. So, for example, for grapes, if you go through the Too Good to Go app, they will give you probably £8 or £9 worth of goods like bakery products in maybe £3 or £4. I'm not sure how much they charge, and each store is different. I know for a fact that people use Olio, or the app's name is Too Good to Go, that give away food at the end of the day at reduced prices. Yeah, and it saves a lot of money. And if you are actually paying for outside food, you might wait till the end of the day
Yeah.
and check whether it's near your locality or what chains you're looking for. Not to travel too far at night,
Yeah.
but something which is very local, maybe within walking distance. Grab a friend and just check them out and see what the
Yeah.
they're called like surprise parcels. You actually don't know what's in them, but it's a good try if you wanna be adventurous.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, right. Um, have you ever, I know you do your savings and you have this emergency pot, but sometimes it might be a good idea to have like a money jar where you keep your spare changes. I don't know if many people are using physical money these days. Everything is very digital and everything is available on your phone.
Yeah.
But we used to do that while we were growing up, to put all our spare changes and, petty cash.
Yeah.
And maybe after a few months, that pot actually had a substantial amount of money, which could then go towards treating yourself.
Yeah.
Maybe get some new cosmetics, Samira.
I've got a purse actually, not a jar.
Okay.
It's
Oh,
a,
you have a purse to put
yeah,
down all
it's
the
a purse
changes.
with a J on it for jar.
Ah, that makes so much sense.
Yeah, so I kind of just stuff my coins in there, and then whenever I remember the purse, I just kind of bring it out, count some things, and then we'll maybe have a trip to the corner store, get some chocolate.
There you go.
Yeah.
You've already doing all this
Yeah.
then.
I've been here for a bit, so.
Yeah, you've put in all the tips in place, and yes, honestly, it's definitely working for you. Right. Have you heard about UB Heard?
Yes, I have.
And we all thought it was only about mental health, but it isn't actually. So UB Heard now offers legal and financial support through the helpline as well. That's for UOB students to know that it's from 9 o'clock in the morning till 9 in the evening every day. You can you can call up UB Heard and speak about any legal or financial advice or, queries, and they'd be happy to help you. So that's an extra tip for everyone. Did
Definitely.
you know that?
No, I
Yeah,
only knew it as a
yeah,
well-being support thing.
exactly. But now they've opened it up for legal
That's
and
definitely
financial.
helpful.
Yes, that's a good thing to know. Right. Now, even after you've done all of this and you are still struggling, there are a few things within the university that you can tap at. Are you aware of anything where you can go to get some financial advice, help?
I don't know because in the med school you get help from the well-being team.
Yeah.
So, is there any other?
Yes, there is actually. So UOB has a student support fund and the guild has a hardship fund. I am not sure what the criteria are, but if you want to go and find out if anyone is struggling with their finance matters right now, there is a food bank that is available, there are vouchers, and there's also community breakfast at the guild. And if you want to find more information, you will find it under support for living costs in the internet. So
Okay.
anyone who's struggling can go to the support for living costs in the UOB internet and get some more details, and then please get in touch um, with the different services that we have within the UOB campus if you were struggling. Right. So any other thing that you want to say before we sum this up?
Not really. I think you've already given all the tips I have.
Hopefully some people will take it up and make life easier. So I would say a little bit of time management, planning, doing a bit of research, sharing your expenses can save you a lot of money. So university is not about denying yourself some fun. It's all about the balance with a solid budget, smart spending habits, and planning. You can actually enjoy your social life as well as avoid unnecessary stress. And all this is a really helpful skill to have once you start navigating life after university. So it's really a good place to start, I would say. Money management starts here and would be helpful for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Thank you, Samira, for having this wonderful chat.
Thank you.
And
Yeah.
hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.